Hey everybody, and I'm Unclendor here, and welcome to another episode of Anime Season 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Tomoya Okazaki. Now, I've already mentioned him, talked about him a bit in the last video about Kyon. I saw Tomoya as me. Like, he was me back when I was in school. Like, middle school, high school, that was me. I was Tomoya. I was Tomoya. Um, I wasn't so depressed that I was emo. I wasn't so depressed that I was emo, but I was depressed. I didn't really have that many friends. Um, and even the ones I did have, I didn't really trust all that well. I felt like I couldn't trust them. And then I ended up making a friend, and then I ended up making a friend who I'm still friends with even today. Um, and she ended up helping me to put my trust into other people. She helped me, uh, oh, she helped me like let my walls down a bit and let people in. And she's been a huge help to me. I'm very grateful to her for that. Uh, uh, and I just connected with Tomoya so much throughout middle school and high school. I just that was me. That was me. That I was Tomoya. Um, Obviously now, like I said before, now if you were to ask me who I'm most like, I would have to say Kyon. Because as much as I love Tomoya, I'm no longer that person. I still have issues trusting people, but once I get to know you and I figure out like what kind of person you are, then I'll decide whether or not to let my walls down around you. Like I still have those trust issues, but once I know a person well enough, I'll start to let them know me. And that's just the way it is with me. That's the way it is with me, and that's never gonna change. That's never gonna change. Like I have to get to know a person first before I can trust them with my secrets. Um, and yeah, that's just the way it is with me. And Tomoya, regardless though, is still an amazing character. He's a character that I related to back when I was young, well, younger, and he's he's a character I hold very close to my heart. Um, I mean, yeah, there are plenty of characters I hold close to my heart from anime. A lot of them are from childhood, like friggin' Yugi and Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! And um, Ash and Pikachu and Misty from Pokemon. Like those are characters that I do hold very close to my heart. However, uh, I do not have those on my list. I do not have those on my list because while they did influence my childhood, they didn't speak to me as much as any of the people on this list. Like these are the people that I can watch nonstop. These are the people that I can watch for hours on end. Like every person on this list, I think should have their own spin-off show that's all about them. Like I think they'd be able to I think they'd be able to like do make good spin-offs of all of these characters. Um and Tomoya is just a Tomoya is just a really good character. But as many people have pointed out, the anime of Clannad just kind of shits on him. The world just kind of shits on him. Like he grew up without he grew up sorry he grew up without a mother, And his father kept drinking until finally his father snapped on him, and he wasn't able to play basketball anymore. He used to love playing basketball, but like he hasn't been able to in years. And um and then he finds happiness with Nagisa and all of his friends, and then him and Nagisa get together, and she gets pregnant. She gets pregnant. He thinks he's gonna be happy for the rest of his life, and then Nagisa dies in childbirth. He doesn't know how to take care of a kid by himself, so in order to give his child her best chance, he has to let he ends up letting Nagisa's parents take care of the kid. And then just when he comes back into his kid's life and he's ready to be a father, he's ready to be there for her. Just when he's ready for that, um just when he's ready for that, his daughter is struck by the same illness that Nagisa had. I apologize. I have not been sleeping well I have not been sleeping well over the past few days with my job, and things going on with my things going on with my family, and um I I'm reeling in from going to the Indianapolis Comic Con. I went to that this year, and yeah, I just got back. I just got back yesterday, and so I'm still reeling. I'm still tired. I'll probably go lay down after making this video. But I'm behind, so I'll probably have to make at least one more. But yeah, like, his daughter is struck by the same illness as his wife was, and she doesn't survive it either. Like, both the love of his life and his daughter die. It's so depressing. What is with the random lighting? I can never seem to have the lighting stay just right. It always has to darken at the weirdest times. Whatever, that's my computer. It does stupid shit like that. But yeah, like, the world just seems to shit on Tomoya and glorify just how horrible his life is. And I do agree with that. A lot of people have pointed that out, and I agree with it, but at the same time, that doesn't make it any less powerful, any less emotional. Nagisa and Ushio's death, on many people's lists, are seen as the saddest deaths in anime. The saddest deaths ever in any anime ever. They are seen by many anime fans, by most, as one of the saddest anime deaths ever. Go and ask a bunch of people, a bunch of anime fans, what they think the saddest deaths in anime were. I can guarantee you that Nagisa or Ushio or both will be somewhere on their list. Like, it is that sad. It is that depressing. They are powerful deaths because these are characters that we grew to love. It's even sadder if you watched and enjoyed the first season like I did. I watched Clannad and Clannad After Story, and so Nagisa's death hit me so hard because I knew her. I knew the character. I fell in love with the character. She's an amazing character, and to see her go was heartbreaking. And then we see Ushio, her spitting image, and she also dies. And even though we only spent like 8 episodes with Ushio, she was an incredible character. Such an endearing little girl, the most adorable thing I had ever seen. And just the fact that both of them died in front of Tomoya, I just feel so bad for him. And I am not typically an emotional guy. I don't let things get to me. I don't cry. I don't get angry. I don't like being angry. I don't like being angry. I don't like being depressed. So I usually don't. I usually don't get angry. I usually don't get depressed. I ignore anger and sadness. I ignore those emotions because those are not emotions. They're choices. This is getting a little philosophical, but yeah, they are choices. You can choose to be angry. You can choose to be sad. You can choose to be afraid. I'm choosing not to be any of those things. I choose not to be angry. I choose not to be sad. I choose not to be fearful. But when it comes to Clannad, no matter how many times I see it, Nagisa's death and Ushio's death both make me bawl. I can't help it. I can't help it. Their deaths are just it grabs my heart and crushes it. They are the saddest things I have ever seen. I am the guy who didn't even cry at his grandmother's funeral, and I was closer to my grandmother than anyone else in my family. Like, I loved my grandmother, and I was so close to her, and I was the only person at her funeral who wasn't crying. But have this, Nagisa and Ushio, and suddenly I'm crying my eyes out. It is that powerful of a death. And it just makes Tomoya all the more, not relatable, but human. Makes him seem more real. Not sure if that makes sense, but it's the only way I can describe it. He just seems more real because he's gone through such pain. He's gone through such pain, and you feel that pain. You feel his pain. You feel his sadness right with him. It makes him seem real, like he's right there. And that's honestly it. Tomoya is an amazing character. He's endured so much. And a lot of people say the ending is a cop-out. I say it's hope. After the emotional roller coaster you had to go through for 50 episodes, it is very, very fitting for it to end the way it did. People say it's a cop-out. It just gives me hope. Hope that things can turn out well. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a very long episode, so I'm going to end it here. I will be putting up another video tomorrow, and I will see you guys then. All right. Take care, everyone.